mzungu tulipatania Rwaka. Hiyo time nilikuwa nafanya kazi hapo Rwaka. So tuka exchange numbers. Tukakaa for a while kitambo tuongee. Juu mimi ndo nilikuwa na namba yake, yeye hakuwa na yangu. Nikakuja nikamtext. Tukaendelea kuongea, akajua ni nani. Ikafika to a point that
it first began as a viral boast, a Russian traveler claiming that he had slept with more than 500 women across Ghana and Kenya. But at first, it sounded like just a social media exaggeration, a shock value, or even maybe sometimes a cloud chasing. But then the story took a darker turn, because according to online claims, the traveler was not just traveling, he was documenting something.
Oh, great. What's your name? Are you married?
No. So you can go for.
Yeah. How old are you?
I'm very old.
Allegedly using Meta Smart glasses, which are wearable technology capable of discrete video and audio recording. But then, if true, this transforms the story from scandal to something far more serious. Because recording intimate encounters without consent is not lifestyle. It is a violation. As the controversy grew, voices across Africa began reacting. One Nigerian commentator publicly argued that Nigerian women will not have fallen so easily.
I titled this video, the number 1, 2, and 3 reasons why Nigerian women would not have fallen so easily for this Russian guy, just like the way other African women did. The number 1 reason why Nigerian women would not have fallen so easily for this Russian guy is that majority of Nigerian women don't fancy white people that much. It's not that they don't like white men, but they don't fancy them when it comes to doking, when it comes to knocking acts. Nigerian women don't fancy white people that much. And I will tell you this for free. Nigerian women, majority of them, don't even like fair guys. Yes, now, they don't like those yellow boys. Ask any Nigerian woman around you. They don't like fair guys, majority of them. Number 2 reason why Nigerian women would not have fallen so easily for this Russian guy is that the manner of approach he used in getting those women, those Ghanaian and Kenyan women, would not have worked so easily for him if he had tried it in Nigeria. Because Nigerian women can be easily irritated, especially when you get straight up to the point. Take for instance, most of the way the Russian guy approached the lady, he used a system like, hello, how are you? What's your name? How old are you? Meet me in my hotel.
Claiming that cultural awareness and social skepticism would have made such a pattern more difficult.
Look, when you approach Nigerian woman straight up, making them understand that it is all about knocking and doking, they will easily get irritated. Most Nigerian women will easily get irritated if you just go straight to the point. You understand, ba? Number 3 reason why I think Nigerian women would not have fallen so easily for the Russian guy is that immediately you give them the idea that what you want is knocking, doking. The first thing that will come to their mind, because of who you are, your skin color, they would want to exploit you. They would want to exploit you. The next thing are billing. And that kind of billing, they will make sure they get it first before you get what you want. They would not easily throw themselves on you like the way the Ghanaians and the Kenyans did. Like as if the women there have this ambition in life to knock or doke a white man.
His remarks sparked a heated debate online. But now the question began, Was this national pride speaking? Was it unfair generalization, or was it an attempt to shift the narrative into a cultural comparisons? Because the danger in stories like this is not just exploitation, it is division. Turning women from different countries into talking points, turning trauma into competition.
It's not a crime to be able to convince a man or a woman to go into your room with you in 6 minutes. That's not a crime by the law. That's a personal decision to make. But it is a crime to record a person without their consent. And apart from it, and even when you record and keep it on your phone, and the person finds out and reports to us, we'll prosecute you and you go to jail. That's the law of the land. Now, you don't just record it, but you go and post it on a website for financial gain. That gentleman will be looked for. We will activate every resource in our disposal, working with Interpol. The way we've worked with Interpol to extradite Ghanaians to other jurisdictions, we will request the Russian authorities, and that's why I've invited the Russian ambassador, to work with our law enforcement. We want the gentleman to come to Ghana, to be brought back to Ghana, extradited to Ghana, for him to face the rigors of our law. Ghanaian citizens, irrespective of their decision making, will be protected by their government.
But now, then came another layer. Kenyan journalist Larry Madowo reportedly stated that he had spoken to women who claimed they were filmed without their consent. But if it is accurate, that changes everything. Because now the story is no longer about numbers. It is about victims, about women who allegedly trusted someone only to later discover that private moments may have been recorded. Remember, without their permission, without their knowledge, and without their control.
That Russian guy was operating in Africa for a while, picking up women. So one of the videos he posted was filmed in March 2025. Another one was filmed in September. Some are more recent. I know this because I've been speaking to some of the victims, the women in those videos. I've also spoken to a few women who turned him down to understand his tactics. He appears to not really know a lot of English, like you see in the videos. And as soon as he got them to his room, he would be trying to get them to address almost immediately. And a lot of the conversation happened using Google Translate. And he appeared to be targeting vulnerable women. And he was in Ghana, he was in Kenya, he was probably in other countries. We're still trying to figure out a lot more about how this was allowed to go on for so long. The Kenyan women feel violated, and they feel that their government has abandoned them in this instance compared to what the Ghanaian government has done, trying to get him extradited back to the country to face charges, even though that's unlikely. Russia does not extradite its citizens, but the government in Ghana says they will try him in absentia anyway. And the gender ministry in Ghana is also offering counseling and legal support to some of these women. So far, nothing has been said from the authorities in Kenya.
But as of now, authorities in Ghana and Kenya have not publicly confirmed any formal charges related to these allegations. Much of what is circulating remains based on interviews, social media posts, and investigative claims.
The government of John Dramani Mahama will ensure that every citizen's rights are protected. And you cannot record a citizen without their consent and air that or post that online. That constitutes a crime under the Cyber Crime Offences Act, the Cyber Security Authority Act, CSA Act 1038 of Ghana, passed in 2020 by Parliament. So we will work on it. We're working on it. We'll be with my Lelu team at Cybersecurity is building a full docket. Whether we have the gentleman or not, I intend for us to file a full prosecution. We'll make a representation before the courts, try him in absentia, and get judgment if he fails to show up. But
na nikirejelea mambo ya wamama na hata na kadhalika, tumeona watu wengine, na tunataka kukashifu kama serikali tabia mbaya ya yule mtu tuliyemuona, yule Mrusi akisumbua mama wetu hapa. Hilo sio jambo ambalo ni nzuri hata kidogo, lakini tujipende sisi, tujipende kama Waafrika. Usione tu ngozi nyeupe unafikiri kwamba wewe umeenda kutajirika. Hiyo ni aibu kubwa sana. Nasema hivi kama msemaji wa serikali na Mudhongo wa Ruiru. Tuache haya maneno ya kuwa kwamba tukiona tu ngozi nyeupe hivi tunakimbia huku. Tujienzi kama Waafrika. Tuenzi ndoa zetu, tuenzi vile ambavyo tunaishi kwa pamoja, ili tusiwe kwamba tunajidharau sisi wenyewe, eti kwamba tunaweza kutumiwa kiholela holela.
But the implications are very heavy. In an area or an era where wearable technology can record silently, where intimacy can be turned into digital content instantly, consent is no longer just a conversation. It is a safeguard. But now this story forces difficult questions. How do you protect privacy in a world of invisible cameras? How many people understand the risks of wearable technology? And when someone boasts about hundreds of encounters, is it freedom or is it exploitation hiding behind adventure? Perhaps the most disturbing part is not the number 500 that we all know as social media. It is the possibility that trust was converted into footage, and footage was converted into power. This is no longer just a viral story, as we all know. It is a warning about technology, vulnerability, and the fragile line between consent and control in this digital age.
Tujienzi kama Waafrika. Tuenzi ndoa zetu, tuenzi vile ambavyo tunaishi kwa pamoja, ili tusiwe kwamba tunajidharau sisi wenyewe, eti kwamba tunaweza kutumiwa kiholela holela.
Let's put an eye on what will happen next or what will follow. But remember, this is always Havana Media, where we bring you stories like this and others more. My name is Odur Billy. Remember to always subscribe to Havana Media. Remember to always like the videos, share the links, and always make a comment. Until next time, tune in for the next episode.